Hello, everybody. It's Carmela here, your favorite business coach. Now, this is part 3 of a series that I started some time ago. And I was going back through my videos and realized that I never came back and gave you all a part 3. So when you look at parts 1 and 2, I look quite different because a lot has happened since I did parts 1 and 2. But I wanted to come back and finish this series for you. And I'll be sure to drop the links for part 1 and 2 in the description to make it easy for you to find. But this is about dirty feet. There was a story told about a mom when she told the kids to go to bed at night. She told them to go take a bath, and then they would go jump into bed and they wouldn't take a bath. And so instead of, most kids, they put their arm up and say, smell it. She would pull the cover off their feet and look at the bottom of their feet. And she could tell from looking at the bottom of their feet if they had taken a bath, because if not, they would have dirty feet. And so this series was developed from that story, from that concept, to tell you, as you're making the transition from employee to entrepreneur, that you're going to have to get your feet dirty. You're going to have to do work that's going to require, in the beginning, some sacrifices on your part that's going to require you to get your feet dirty. Your feet dirty, your hands dirty too. So the D in dirty stands for daily content. The I stands for interesting content. The R stands for being relatable. And we're kicking off today with the T and the Y. T stands for time management. And I probably should say time mastery, because you don't get to manage time. We all have the exact same amount of time every single day. What happens is those that are successful have learned how to master their personal time, their time commitment. You've learned how to protect it. You've learned how to time block. You've learned how to set boundaries with your time. So with the time mastery, I encourage you to put some time aside for your business. If you're running your business full time, you still have to protect your time, because a lot of times when you first make that transition, your family thinks that you're home doing nothing. And so you have to let them know, these are my office hours. If you work a job during the day and you're only running your business in the afternoons, you still have from like 5 to 6 to 7, what you got to get in, you got to do homework, you got to get dinner done. There's certain things you have to do with your family. So you may only have 1 hour to an hour and a half in the evenings to dedicate that time to your business. But I challenge you, when you do, set you a timer and put that phone down, or don't do the scrolling, because a lot of times we get lost in the scrolling. Now, releasing daily content, it requires us to be engaged. Interesting content, it allows us, especially if you're doing like me, you go live and you're releasing content, you're sharing your story, parts of your life with your followers. All of that is fine, but put it in that time that you have blocked for your business. And sometimes with your time mastery, you can put Mondays, you may be dealing with a certain aspect of your business. Tuesdays may be a certain aspect of your business. Wednesday may be content creation. Thursday, you could be dealing with administrative stuff, getting ready for payroll and things like that. Friday, you may be scheduling posts and things that you need to do for the next week. But either way, you have to put a schedule or a system, that's a better word, a system together to master your time so that you don't lose it, so that you don't waste it. There is a saying, there's a quote that I shared just recently about the power of a minute and how it's so important for us to make sure that we make the most of that minute, because you don't get that time back. That's the thing. That's why you got to master your time, because if you don't master your time, you lose that time and you don't get that time back. I was trying to see if I could find that quote for you to share with you for a minute, but I may not be able to put my hands on it. But it talks about the power of the minute and being able to master every single second. Because when you get to the place where every second counts in your business, you can get some things done. Y'all already know that when we are working in business and we're talking on the phone, or we're scrolling on social media, or somebody got a question and you get off track, the grandkids stop by or your kids come over, you get off track. And so what you could have done in 2 hours has now taken you 6 hours to get done. Let me give you a better example. Act like you're going to clean up your living room, right? And so in the living room, there may be a few cups in there from the kitchen, maybe something from the kids' bedroom, maybe something from your bedroom, maybe something need to go in the closet, things like that. But if you're cleaning up that living room and then you go to the kitchen to put those cups in the kitchen, and then while you're in the kitchen, you see some other stuff on the counter and you start putting those other things up that you see on the counter. And then you go back in, some time has passed. You've gone back in the living room and then you see something that goes into your kids' room. And so now you take that to the kids' room and then you realize how much stuff they got all over the floor in their room. And so you start picking up things off the floor in their room. And then you go back into the den again and you grab some more things. Oh, this needs to go to the laundry room. And so you take it to the laundry room and you begin moving stuff around in the laundry room. Hours have passed and not one room in the house is clean. And so time mastery is just like that. You have to dedicate the time to cleaning the den. The things that don't go in the den, put it all in a pile. Clean everything in that den. And then when I leave that den and go to that kitchen, now I'm taking that stuff to the kitchen and I stop there. And I'm going to clean everything in that kitchen. And then when I go to the next room, I stop there. And then I'm going to clean everything there. That's how I want you to do with your business, because you have to master your time. If you don't do it that way, you can still get it done. It's just going to take you a little bit longer. Okay. So the T is for time management or time mastery. Here is the saying. It says, I only have just a minute, only 60 seconds in it, forced upon me, can't refuse it, didn't seek it and didn't choose it. But it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give account if I abuse it. It's only just a minute, but eternity is in it. When it comes to you mastering your time, every minute that you lose, that's a minute you can't get back in your business. That's a minute you can't get back for your family. That's a minute that you can't get back in your life. So I encourage you as an entrepreneur that you work and you start here with your time, because your time is valuable and your time is precious, right? Even when you set your prices, a lot of times we set prices as an entrepreneur the way that we got paid as an employee. And we think that we're supposed to trade dollars for hours, and it's not the same. You have to do value-based pricing, and that's a whole nother training that we could get into. So the D stands for daily content. Make sure you're putting daily content out every day and you're engaging. You don't just drop it off and disappear. You have to engage. Your content, not only are you putting content out every day, but it has to be interesting. It should also be unique. It should also be custom, right? It should also be content that connects with your client. It should be simple and concise and easy to consume. It should be content where you got a system to help you stay organized to release your content to your people. So make it relatable, make it relevant, make it easy to consume, and put it in a flow that makes sense. Speak the language of your customer. And then the R stands for being relatable. Tell your story. There are other people out there that has the same story that you have. I tell my story of how we struggled in the beginning of business, how for the first 18 months we did everything for free, how after that we made a lot of money in year 2 and year 3, but we didn't have a system in place for budgeting and for payroll and how to pay ourselves each month. That's why I'm able to share this content with you, because these are things that we have been through. And so when I'm speaking to a business owner, I'm speaking directly to those people who can relate to our story, who's on the same journey that we were on. I'm a little bit ahead of you, so I can reach back and I can help you move forward in your entrepreneurial journey. The T stands for time mastery. You have to be the master of your time. And the Y is you. Y-O-U. The U means that you are the secret sauce to your business. You got to get your feet dirty. But let me tell you something. You don't have to worry about who's doing what you're doing. You don't have to worry about other people being copycats because you are the secret sauce to your business. You are anointed for what it is that you do. And because you release daily content, interesting content, you are relatable, you've mastered your time. The people that follow you, your ideal client, they are doing business with you because it's you. They're not doing business with you because nobody else can do it. They're doing business with you because they know you, they like you, they trust you. They know, like, and trust you. You are the secret sauce. You are the magic. You have the anointing. You have the gift. You have the skill. And sometimes you have to just look yourself in the mirror and repeat out loud affirmations to yourself. I was created for this. My clients will pay my price. My clients value the service and the product that I offer. I am what makes my business go forward, right? I'm also a believer, so I understand that I'm not doing it in my own strength, but it's through Christ I can do all things, right? And so you have to understand that you're not in competition with anybody. Your only goal is to be better today than you were yesterday. The only person I'm competing with is Carmela, right? I don't care how many more business coaches come up out there. As a matter of fact, I have coached coaches because I don't have a scarcity mentality. Let me tell you something about scarcity mentality. Scarcity mentality will make you fearful of other people doing what it is that you're doing, and you'll view them as your competition. You're not their competition. Even if you're selling the exact same thing, they can't sell you. You are what makes your business unique. YOU. Put your name right there. Daily content, interesting content, be relatable, master your time, and be you. Quit trying to dot all your I's, cross all your T's, and be what somebody told you you should be. No, you need to be you. We just did a training with my team about understanding your pillars, your 5 pillars, the thing that make you special, and making sure that your content is developed around those things that speak to who you really are, not who the people think you are, but who you really are. It's up to you as the CEO, as the entrepreneur of your small business, to let your customers in on the parts of your life that you don't mind sharing with them so that they can know who you really are. And when your customers trust you, it doesn't matter who else does a pop-up. They will wait on you. They will support you. They will do reviews for you. They will share your business out because they know you, they like you, and they trust you. Listen, let's wrap it up like this. As an entrepreneur, your feet should be dirty. Not in the context of the original story, but your feet should be dirty because you're doing the work. Your feet should be dirty because sometimes you're just going to encounter hardship as an entrepreneur. Your feet are going to be dirty because you're going to have late nights. You're going to have early mornings. Sometimes you're going to make the mistake of double booking until you master your time. Sometimes your content, you're going to put it out there. The stuff that you think is going to be hot and everybody is going to consume is going to flop. And then the stuff that you didn't think that was you were prepared to do is going to take off and everybody wants to be a part of it. But you got to get your feet dirty in the sense that you are willing to do the work. You are willing to learn as you go. You are willing to grow as you go. You are willing to be teachable. You are willing to be trainable. You are willing to get your hands dirty. You are willing to serve your customers, your ideal clients. You know who they are. You know where they are. You know what they want, and they're ready to do business with you. So my entrepreneur friends who are in the midst of making your transition, get your feet dirty. Give yourself permission to make mistakes. And I promise you, it'll all work out as you continue to grow in your business. Listen, I'd love to work with you one-on-one or in one of my groups. I got a couple of programs that are coming up. Some things are public, some things are not. So you just schedule your discovery call, message me, get on my mailing list so you don't miss anything. And most of all, get inside of my group, the Training Room for Hungry Entrepreneurs. Just go to my link tree. That link is right up top. and click the link for the training room and send a request to join. Make sure you answer those questions, because in the training room for hungry entrepreneurs, I'm live in there once a week. There are VIP benefits and perks inside of that group. A lot of times the announcements go out first inside of the group. If there's something with limited seating, it's going to be posted in there first. Listen, I want to help you. I want to serve you. I have two retreats that are coming up in March. One is on site and one is virtual. Make sure you reserve your spot in one of those retreats so that I can work with you individually. And I promise you, the workbook alone, we're doing a 6-figure blueprint workbook. That workbook alone is worth the price of admission. So make sure that you get registered. Make sure that you join with me. Make sure that you stay connected with me. And most of all, make sure you get your feet dirty, because this is the kind of business where your people are ready for you to show up and serve them every day.